Hey everyone, we are on episode 396. We are finishing up the floral page that I am using the color wheel as my inspiration, and we are actually spanning two sets of flowers to be able to get the whole color wheel. Woomer is our test set of pencils. That's our top row, and we're just going to get right into it. We were in the middle and ran out of time in the middle of coloring using the Schpirrer Farbins. Here is what it all looks like at the moment. I'm going to zoom on down. I'm looking through the lens here, and both look very vibrant. As expected. Actually, what I need to do is focus on this guy, starting with, we're doing pink. I've got a nice array of pinks. Looks like I went darker than I expected. I did 4. I don't know why I thought I would be able to use 4, maybe the pink lemonade. So we're gonna go with the 3 darker tones for our pink on little tiny flowers. So I don't know what I was thinking. I came up with these yesterday. All right, so we have Purple Pink 300, Rose Luster 330, Royal Purple 320. And these are so small. I'm going to not use that purple. I'm going to use Rose Luster as my dark. I have been having so much fun with these Woomers. Even the name is fun. Moving on to Purple Pink. Use a sharpen. So, I didn't mention yesterday, or in the previous episode, I should not be saying yesterday, the Spar Farbins are a very slender pencil with a small core, like a 3.3 millimeter core, and they just feel so slender. It's just a very interesting, different feel every time I use them. They have a satin finish. It's a gold satin, so I'm kind of used to the glossy finish on most pencils. So that also makes them a very different experience. Like if I knew a colorist who was all for it's not so much for them of just coloring, but how everything feels, I would definitely be saying, here are some sets of satin, because I have people in my coloring group meetings that we have. And so if they like a particular feel of holding a pencil or a pen, I have enough sets that I can pull out satin or unique feeling pencils. Like even the Brutfuner squares are have a unique feel, like a triangular shaped feels different and a hexagonal feels different. And these have a very unique feel and not unpleasant. All right, so there's our hot pink. Moving on to purples. The purples are, and it looks like one would like to be sharpened. I think of myself as a purple person, but very often this is deep purple, this is the dark, and it isn't sharpened, and I find that to be true in a lot of the sets. All right, 345 periwinkle flower, 359 wild pansy, and 380 deep purple. Starting with the deep purple. I'm really excited that I found a fun purpose for this particular spread of flowers, and that I'm going with the color wheel because there's a lot of space for the background, and so I just thought this would be a boring page because of all of the background that isn't going to get done for a while. I'm going to go ahead and do this guy here in the corner in the purple. And I'm going to, oh, and you know what? Oh, that is so funny. Okay. Well, I kind of messed this up from my planning page, but I'm not going to worry about it. This is that middle purple. And then the light purple. What is that? Periwinkle. I'm going to go ahead and push pretty hard so that we do a burnish. Maybe leave the ends a little bit white. So this page, as well as the house page, will be informational data points that I will have in the review, and we will get to review them more carefully, which is why I jumped at the chance to be able to use the Woomers in the Small Victories book. Okay, now I have the butterflies, and then I also have these three little flowers here, and I think I'm going to do something with them. However, first I will be working on the butterflies. So this is French blue. I might grab one more color. I am also, I've got, let's go ahead and show, can we show it all? We can. I'm going to go ahead and grab a navy blue. I did not use a navy blue up above, but this has a little bit different flowers, and I want to have these be blue. So all I need to do is grab and I hope it'll be an okay transition. I've grabbed indigo. I need to sharpen. These are such small little images. In the grand scheme of things, this is not a dark indigo. And I will leave the little butterfly bodies. That little butterfly I'm going to leave as it is for some variation. My favorite color for these little bell flowers that fall over is blue. I may add a tiny bit, a hint of indigo, which again to me is more middle blue. The barrel does not really reflect the color. Okay, so that's this whole image done. Now we'll come over here. We've got green. Do a little glaze on the bodies of these guys when the time comes. Some smushing going on there. Nice. Not quite as smushable as the Woomers for sure. And these cute, the 3 cute flowers. There we go. That I couldn't see when they were over that far. I hope I remember at the very end I'll tell you my planning error. Well, the execution of the plan. I did make an error, but it's okay. All right, color done. Green. We have our 3 greens. There they are. Avocado 550, Golf Course 574, and Casino Green 610. Now look at how cute these little leaves are. She did them a little wavy. I think that's the first time I have seen little whimsical leaves that are wavy. So from yesterday, I need to soften. The transition from the dark green to the middle green was rough yesterday. So have to remember that. And I do recall that these are a little bit tricky to blend. They're not just an insta you can smush and get away with a lot of variation. I'm going to make these 2 all the way dark. And that is the benefit of me coloring with all of my sets of pencils over and over and over. Sometimes I will forget, and then I'll go, oh yeah, I remember now. I'm not going to have room for the light. My last thing to do here is the yellow centers. Lightest green. A little burnish. All right, yellow. I have grabbed Hot Sun. All right, and that finishes up Schpirrer Farben. All right, drum roll. Now, these are very small flowers, so this should go really quickly. The two sets on my chart, I had the metallics. I believe it was the Brutfuner metallics and the Brutfuner macaroon. I don't understand why they would be next. So what I did was, Schpirrer Farben was number 4 because we just started a new round and it was the Maries. So I shifted the Schpirrer Farben up to replace the metallic, and right below that, who we're going to use next for this row is Castle Arts Gold, and they are a very vibrant oil-based pencil. So it was pretty easy to shift those around. I don't even know where Prismacolor is on the list, so if I had really wanted Prismacolor, I'd have had to really change things up. Let's see. Prismacolor, well, here's the barrel Prismacolors as the 23rd set I'm going to use, and Prismacolor. Here they are, number 25. So 23 and 25, those would have been the ones that if I wasn't going by my random sort order list, those would be the two that I would be comparing to. So let's get started. We have to move our... I have to use 2 Lazy Susans for this. I have many fewer pencils because these are so small. There's not really the room to get the full depth. So I am going to start. Again, this is a lovely satin finish that also has a unique feel to it, but it is a beefier diameter barrel. Tuscan Tucson Yellow 182, Lemon Yellow 05, and Cadmium Yellow Light number 4. So I'm going to go ahead and I want to just keep this pretty simple. Let's see if I can. Oh, and I have a third one. Don't want to forget the third one. I actually want to move up a little bit. I don't even know if I accomplished anything there. There's just something about these today that I think yesterday I was that close. All right, so starting off with these, the biggest, they are not, to me, they are not a clean, tidy pencil. They are very crumbly. Their older sister brother, the Soft Touch, are actually feel a little more like an oil-based pencil to me than these do, and they do not have the crumblies. The color palette is different between the two, so they kind of both have their own place in the world. If you could only have one, certainly either one would work. But there's enough variation in the color palette that having both of them is not a bad thing. Oh, and I forgot the little guy. So I just made the center petals the light color. the shadow, the darkest yellow, and then the outer, the middle yellow. So I hope that gives it some depth. It was easy. These do fill in the tooth just super easy. Again, the only real complaint I have is that they are a messy pencil. They do have some color issues where they'll say it's a color. I believe in this set, I don't want to misspeak. I have a review of these, and it will talk about the colors. That, you know, between the lights and the darks, there's some oddities and a couple of odd names that don't make sense. But I don't want to be specific in case my recollection is wrong. Okay, so in the orange realm, I'm going to carry over my orangey yellow, cadmium yellow light number 4, marigold 78, and cadmium orange deep 79 are going to be the darkest. And these are the little fluffy pom-pom flowers. Whether or not I can get them to fluff, I am not sure, but let's just see. Those are bumblebees, and they will be given yellow. I don't have a black. I'll have to get a black out to give them black and yellow. Okay, I'm not thinking I'm going to get fluff out of the deal unless I get some sort of darker color. But you see how easy these fill in the tooth? It's just a completely different pigment. Where I think the Schpirrer Farben feel very, not quite as Prismacolor-esque or as smooshy, but these are even one more step removed from smooshy. But they do, I don't know, they still feel soft and they still fill in the tooth nicely. So they're an interesting, I really feel like the soft touch can be swapped with them. The soft touch feels like it's the oil-based, and these feel like the wax-based. But that is not what they say. So see, I'm able to fill in the tooth with the lightest color. We don't get our pom-pommy look. It's kind of there, but not really. It all smushed in. I am just going to, let's see, which do I want to, I'm going to do yellow. And then their middle will be black, and their head will be black, so that it's yellow, black, yellow, black. All right, that's the end of the oranges. For my red, they are teeny tiny bellflowers, as you can see. We'll come back over and do the green. I'll get through all because these are so small. So we're going to use orange and red. We've got cadmium orange deep 79, red ochre 15. And we just have these cute little bells. I have to remember I want this to be predominantly red. Learned that the first set of flowers on this page. Using this nice orange. Oh, it's so nice and sharp, and it holds the point. Yeah, that's nice. Oh, nice feeling pencils. Nice, nice. Onto the pink, which is even smaller. It only gets one, and it is going to be azalea pink. purples. 2 purples. Mauve, deep, and mulberry. So this is mauve is like lavender, and mauve deep is purple. So I think that's a little strange. Yeah, we're gonna, I forgot about those. Those get to be pink as well. I see orange. I don't dare smear it with my finger or my palm. Okay, I'm going to leave the little tops white, like they're faded. Okay, back to the pink. This is azalea pink. I think I already told you that. And then we've got our 2 greens. I'm going to sharpen the one because these are so delicate of leaves. I chose Castle Green Light 59 and Cadmium Green 62. Easy pencils. Now, did I pick too light of a green? That's pretty darn light. Let's see how that looks. I might have to do the same thing like I did with the Schpirrer Farben and kind of have it blend. Greens are not as forgiving for, you know, if you skip a middle tone, which is what I did with the Schpirrer Farben and these. So let's see if a little softening gets them to blend nice. Not my favorite blend. Oops, that's me pushing too hard. I do recall that these are a little more brittle, which is why we get crumbs. But I think I'm going to let the greens stand. They're not my favorite, but now I need to sharpen it again. Okay. I will move on over. Oh, look, they both fit nicely. Okay. I'm going to try something. I'm going to use this light green first. We'll see if this does the trick. Yeah, that works. That way it's just glazing over the top of the light green, so it's not sticking to the tooth of the paper at all. and it's giving it a softer transition between the two greens. So there is a trick and a good example of the difference. It does make it different which color you lay down first. There we go. Okay, butterflies. Well, and a bee. So I'm going to grab a black. Here's the black. They almost look like alien bees. Very cute. Okay, there's the black. I'm going to do the blue purple on the butterflies. That's how we did the coloring on the other butterflies. I can't see it, so we need to move it over. All right, we're done. I'm going to raise up even more, evidently. It is nighttime. Let's see if I can brighten this up for us so we can see it better. Oh, I see. It's dimming on me because I need to plug it in. There we go. All right, so let's talk a little bit about this. On my planning document, to be clever, I had planned, so notice we start with yellow on the left for all three. Well, what I had planned to do was to start with the yellow over here in the middle row and go yellow, orange, red, pink, purple. So for our purposes of testing out these three sets against each other, I don't think it matters what color really went where. But it does make the page look cohesive since the side here, all three start with yellow. So I'm not going to let it, like I said, I'm not going to let it bother me. I tried to leave some whites here and there, though I did want to test the vibrancy. And I am curious if anybody wants to give me their input from what you guys see on the screen. Which one do you think is the most vibrant? Brighten it up a little bit. I am looking and I can see in here where there's more filler, and I don't think the Woomer has as much filler. It has, I'm going to give the edge to Woomer. I don't think that for my vision here, the Castle Arts aren't as bright now. They have a lot more white and their images are much smaller, so who knows if it was three sets of the same two images colored with those three sets, would I feel the same? Who knows? But I do think that the Woomer gets the edge, but just by just a tiny bit. You know, I'm looking at the purples here. I still see a little more waxy filler down in the Schpirrer Farben versus the Woomer. They're just very vibrant, for sure. So that was a lot of fun. I've actually finished a little ahead of time, which is great because I am so often far behind. So now I am officially done with my vacation week filming, and it's weird to be pre-filming. I'm going to be going away, and I'm going to pack and clean the house and get ready to go on a trip. You guys will see these videos throughout next week. I see something that I missed. I still have the Schpirrer Farbins. So you all have a great week. I will be crafting away. There we go. I don't see anything else that I missed. Let me know if you see anything. So do all the YouTube things, like, share, comment, consider subscribing. If you don't have these sets, go ahead and use whatever sets you have. If you like my color wheel inspiration, go ahead and do the color wheel on all three. Go ahead and reverse them like I was supposed to do, that I messed up and didn't do. And let me know your thoughts and how you felt when you colored this very simple page doing the color wheel, if that's what you decided to do. And I'm going to see you when I get back from vacation. Everybody take care and be safe.